talk about it. Get in here, we in here tonight. So get in here, we in here to ride with Amora, spilling all the tea. Coming to you live each day of the week. Come on, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What you waiting for? Come and take a seat. Like and subscribe, this is where you wanna be. Cause you know we gon' talk about it. Let's talk about it. Get in here, we in here tonight. So get in here, we in here to vibe.
Hey y'all, hey everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day, everybody. Glenn, what are you talking about? She says, why does my membership keep saying that I have her for 6 months when I got this membership last year? Anyway, wake up more. I am awake, honey. My husband is about to get me some catfish from Catfish Station. So I'm about to be eating some catfish. You hear me? I'm not supposed to be eating fast food, but we didn't broke it for a day. So we about to break it for 2 days. All right. Hold on. How's everybody doing? Y'all told me to go jump in that pool. And I did. I jumped in the pool and it was fun. Then I got tired. So I came in, took a shower and laid down. Okay. and my head was glued to the bed. All right. And hubby came in and said, "Did you eat? Did you have something to eat?" Man, I swear that man is amazing. I swear he's amazing. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? The story that I wanted to bring y'all tonight, I got to wait till tomorrow because I ain't even downloaded the video. But I do want to talk about the one that I did download. How's everybody doing? First of all, big shout out to my supporters. Those are the ones that's lit up in green. They're the sponsors to my channel. They keep me coming back almost every night of the week. She said retirement living. It was fun. I got in that pool, but you know what? I could tell that the weather is changing a little bit. Like it's not totally changing, but the water wasn't like 90 degrees today. It was a little bit colder. And I was like, ooh, that means the weather is changing just a little bit. Or maybe it just might be today. It might just be today because the weather was not, well, the water was not as hot. Now, the weather was still hot outside, but the water was not as hot as it normally is. It normally be like 90 some degrees. It'd be feeling good, but it had to be like maybe 70 or 80 some degrees in that water today. She said, "Hey, more stopping by to show some love." Hey, Lampo. Hey, girl. I like when other content creators stop by, you know, and I do the same for y'all too every now and again, you know, when I think of it. I come by. If I catch you live, I come by and give you a shout out. So that's pretty cool. I like content creators that got sense, you know what I mean? That, you know, they realize that this is social media. We don't really know each other in real lives, and everybody can wear their crown. You understand what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with two women wearing a crown. But some of these crabs in a bucket type of people have that mentality. They think that, you know, only they can wear a crown. And honey, I don't know what they call that, but it damn sure ain't no crown. But anyway, but thank you, Lampo, for coming in and showing some love. I appreciate that. That's called maturity. You understand what I'm saying? Grown woman type shit. You understand? Period. Everybody can't do that. Hey, Denise. Hey, MB. Hey, Mama 3. Hey, Tammy B. Hey, Jen, Teresa. Was that two Teresas? No, the same one. Natasha, Lady V, Steffi, Jen. Hey, Rachel girl, Radiant Goddess, Nisi, Rashida. I am Glenn for real. And Glenn, thank you for them 10 coffees, baby. You know, I woke up to 10 coffees and I'm like, hey, 10 coffees, play with it. And I want to give my girl Yasmin, I put it on Facebook, but let me tell you, Yasmin, I can wake up any time of the day and I have a well, it's not coffee anymore. It's Coca-Cola. You know what I mean? So I can wake up anytime and have a Coca-Cola from Yasmin. She probably don't even know yet that I changed it from coffee to Coca-Cola. She'll find out the next time she go in there. She'll probably like, wait a minute, hold on. I thought I bought her coffee, but it's a Coca-Cola. I had to change it since all them other people over there start getting coffees. I changed mine to Coca-Cola. They could have changed theirs too, but you know, when you're a follower, you're a follower. You know what I mean? Some people are followers and some people are leaders. Thank you, Rita Harris, for the membership. Appreciate you. And welcome to the family. All right, listen, y'all. So today we're going to talk about shift blaming and not being able to take what you dish, okay? Not being able to take in what you dish out. Because a lot of people can dish it. They can help you go through things or watch you go through things and, you know, be the person behind the wheel of you going through things. And it's fine to see you crying in a distress or upset or in pain, hurting and all that. But when the wheel turns around, right? When the block is spent on them, what do? They get mad. They cry. Now, again, I mean, this actually can go toward anything. But today we're going to talk about it going toward who? The Hurt family, okay? The Hurt. This is Mr. Hurt, Geron Hurt, okay? He is back again, yet again, crying over the fact that he doesn't have the control of his sons in his hands. I want to break down this video because as I was listening to it, I was like, first of all, I'm sick of him coming out here crying now. I'm like over him crying. and he want to tag everybody and their mama, okay? But what gets me is this man is literally breaking down in front of the world, saying, oh, it hurts my heart that I can't see my kids. It hurts my heart that I only can see them on Saturday. It hurts my heart that I can't talk to them the way I want to. It hurts my heart that he actually is talking about how the baby mom don't really have a large family, right? So they don't get to go to aunt's house and cousin's house and this, that, and the other. And he's trying to say his family structure is better than her family structure because he got the mama, the cousins, the aunts, or whatever for the kids to play with. And he's saying that she don't. So he thinks that, and he also says, and I'm gonna let y'all listen to it, that the person with the money should have the kids. Now, do y'all agree with that? The person with the money should have the kids because they can do more with the kids and this, that, and the other. Like, what is it? I mean, is he serious? Yeah, but I think he was serious. But anyway, I disagree with him by saying that. And I also disagree with him saying just because you don't have a family structure, meaning like, say, for instance, if you was adopted like I was, I don't have a big family, right? I mean, I have a big family when it comes to my immediate family, like my kids, you know, I have a blended family, 5 kids and 8 grandkids, about to be 10 grandkids, because we got a daughter-in-law that's pregnant right now. But anyway, so I have a big immediate family, but a lot of aunts and uncles and cousins and stuff like that. I don't have that. So he seemed to think that because the family member that don't have a lot of kids shouldn't have, they shouldn't be the one with the child. The child should go to the family member, the mama or dad that has the most family. Like, dude, really? But anyway, I want y'all to listen to this man yet again cry. He's another one online begging for money. Like, this dude is begging for money. Okay, he's literally begging for money. What is he begging for money for? I want to say maybe court fees, lawyer fees. He's trying to get his sons back, okay, because they were his bread and butter. He was making about $40,000 a month or something like that. And he goofed it off and he keeps screaming, it was goofed off because of lawyer fees. I had to spend all of their money fighting in the law. Now, the thing about it is he the one took her to court. They had joint custody and that wasn't good enough for him. He didn't like the fact that they had joint custody. And what did he do? He wanted full custody. So he took her to court to try to find her unfit and it backfired on him. Okay. Everybody can talk about it on the internet. You can talk about all you want to talk about on the internet, right? But when it comes down to the real deal Holyfield and the judge can peel back the onion and see everything that's going on, you can lie to people on the internet. You can say whatever you want to say on the internet. But the judge is going to look into things very much so, okay? And they're going to do what's in the best interest of the child based on the evidence that they have, okay? So let's listen to the interview that he did with this other guy. I don't know the other guy, but the other guy is co-signing his BS, but we're not even going to really talk about the other guy. We are going to focus on Geron because we know right now that he is the one that lost custody of his kids. Now, first of all, I ain't going to say he had full custody, but he had physical custody. He went from physical custody to 50%, okay? But this is a pure example of not letting bygones be bygones. I'm going to give y'all a story right quick before I put him up, okay? So, in the military, okay, disability is an additional part of your military pension when you retire, right? So, I knew this lieutenant colonel. He received, I want to say, 80% disability, okay? Now, 80%, I want to say is like $2,000 or something. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I know it's $2,000 and something dollars. It's a good amount that you get on top of your pension that you already getting for the rest of your life, and it's tax-free, right? So he got like $2,000 and some dollars because it was 80%. But guess what? He didn't want 80. He like, oh, hell no, I want 100%. So I'm going to go back and ask him for 100%. He went back and asked and begged and begged and begged for 100% and told them, no, I'm entitled to 100 because of this, and this. Well, let me tell you what they did. They went and looked thoroughly at his records. Now, mind you, that 80% that he had was for the rest of his life. That would not have changed. He would not have lost that at all. It was for the rest of his life. But he wanted 100%. So he went back and he asked for more. They looked into his record. They looked carefully, and they said, wait a minute. He's not entitled to this because he wasn't active duty all this time. He was majority reservist, okay? And the time that he was claiming his injuries was not active time, okay? So guess what? He lost every freaking penny. He lost all of it. He went from the 2,000 and something dollars, right? A month that would have been for the rest of his life at 80%. But because he wanted 100%, he went back. They looked thoroughly and found out, oh, this injury that you're claiming was not done on active duty. No, bro, I'm taking it all back. He lost it all. He was a hurt puppy, okay? This is the same exact thing that's happening to Mr. Hurt, okay? Geron Hurt. Geron Hurt was given 50% custody, you guys. Geron Hurt is the one in the beige shorts and the brown shirt. He was given 50% custody, shared custody, 50%. But because he did not want the mother, right? He wanted to find the mother unfit. He ordered an ad litem, I think I said it right, ad litem, to be done to try to prove the mother to be unfit. And he lost full custody. The mother received full custody, and he got visitation 2 hours a week for supervised visitation for 2 hours a week. He's only allowed to see his kids for 2 hours on Saturday. Okay? 2 hours a week on Saturday because of him. All right. Somebody said God don't like ugly. He ain't too fond of greed either. You better say that loudly. You hear me? So sometimes, right? Sometimes we can really have the world, or we can have a lot, but we're not satisfied with the lot, and we want more and more and more. And God say, okay, you know what? Your ass is greedy. I'm snatching the plug and I'm taking it all. All right. And basically that's what happened. He was making $40,000 a month. He was doing good. Everything was great. He was still able to post his kids when he had 50% custody. But nope, what did he do? He wanted to push the envelope. He wanted all. He wanted 100% custody, and he lost custody of his kids, okay? Period. So let's listen to him now cry yet again. This is the third time since well, maybe more, but I've captured him 3 times since he's lost custody of the kids, and he only can see them supervised visitations one day out of the week. He has came on here, and I have captured him crying at least 3 times. Here's another one. Now, let me tell you this before I play it. He's not even crying. If you see this man crying, please put it in the comments, yes or more, he's crying. The dude is pretending to cry. He is pretending to cry. He's not even crying. But listen, he missed that money, honey. Okay, I would too. $40,000 a month. Oh yeah, he missed that money. Now he got to go out and work a real job to make ends meet, because not only did the judge snatch him from custody, he made him go back and delete all the videos of him and his sons. Okay, and let me tell you why. It wasn't just because, you know, it was a bad day. No, he was caught coercing the children to speak against their mama. He was caught exploiting the kids for financial gain. He was caught with drugs in his system, not 1 time, but 2. He failed 2 drug tests. Now, I know there's a lot of other things, because a lot of people have been coming under my comments saying, and he also did this, and he also did that about DV and stuff like that. I didn't really want to touch that because I don't have proof of that. I do see a domestic violence on his record, but it was dropped. All right. So I really don't want to stick DV on him until I have proof. Now, if you guys have proof, send it to me and we'll run with it. But I don't have solid proof that he was charged with DV. He was charged, but it was dropped. Okay. Now, I don't know if it was dropped because she dropped it, or somebody else dropped it, or, you know, it was unfounded. I don't know, but I do know that it was a domestic violence charge that was dropped. Okay. So I have to be fair. All right. Let's listen to him pretend to cry about his boys. Okay. And let's listen to him say how the parent with the money should have the kids and all this bullshit, right? Let's listen.
Hello, everyone. Tonight I'm here with Marcus Trent from Fathers Fighting for Fathers, and we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about, Mr. Marcus?
Early education, you know, early childhood education. it's so crucial from 0 to, you know, 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade of a young boy, young girl's life, to get fostered, to get cultivated in the right mindset. So we're going to kind of tap into that a little bit and talk about different initiatives, different strategies that
Long story short, this video is nothing but a big for money, and he wants people to, tag the news people, BT, Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, everybody to try to help his begging ass out. Okay.
we as fathers that you have already done, I'm doing, what I mean, and other fathers and mothers are doing out there. Um, Talk about the pros and cons of it. Why is it important for, to fathers to play that crucial role in their sons and daughters' life, and what role, right? That we play, and how does the world, look at it? What's the uh, posture of it now? So
Trying to add. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to add another father in. Let's see.
I guess he's trying to
Go
add
ahead,
another.
Abdul. I added you. It said
I think he's trying to add another guy in there that may be going through some similar situations.
bring you on as a guest. You're going to have to try to see if you can accept it. Check your notifications. So let's talk about it, Marcus. How fathers, affect the children's early development. Let's talk about it.
yeah.
So, what things do you think a child gets from a father at an early age?
Yeah, so I've been since school is back in session now, and Fathers Fighting for Fathers, we have a program going on right now in Baltimore City, inside of like 27 Baltimore City public schools, and really encouraging the fathers to
I'm gonna fast
start
forward a
young,
little bit. I want to get to the
things like
part where he.
Wow, because people always say like,
I'm gonna get to the part where
well,
he acting like
eventually,
a
right?
damn
My
victim.
father, right? Not only that, his voice great, right? When it comes
No, because I want y'all to hear him say that the person with the money needs the kid. And let me go back.
teaching your boys love, respect, and stuff like that. What's some of the things that you did in the household? Because we've seen tons of videos of you teaching your boys love and care, and those things actually cultivate them in their character, and they was able to reciprocate that back to one another.
Right.
I've seen some of the videos of how your two sons love one another, and that love.
Now, let me just say this. I am one that do believe that both parents should be in a child's life, right? The man and the woman, the mother and the father should be in a child's life. But, to me, I just feel like they're going on this rant, right? Going around saying how important is a dad in a child's life. They're very important. But also, how important is a mom in a child's life? Please remember, you guys, if you don't, remember, this man kept the mother away from the kids. Matter of fact, he said, "Don't call me. Stop calling me. You're bothering me," right? He basically told her if she didn't agree to his terms, that to leave him alone. And the terms were what, you guys? Y'all remember? Move back in the house. You live upstairs. I live downstairs, so we can both raise the kids. She didn't want to be with him. She said she was too mentally hurt, drained, and gone or whatever, because this man put her and her 9-year-old son out the house in the middle of the night. Okay. So there was already abuse going on in the house, but he told her the only way that she could see her two twin 1-year-old boys was to move back in the house. Okay. She didn't want to do that. She did not want to do that. All right.
That they had came from you nurturing, be in the garden. My grandmother was a gardener, and she's always used to teach me about how to water, how to take the plants and stuff and put it in the sun and pour into it. And so that was a lot what you was doing from the time that your sons was in the belly of mom's womb up into now. And so share with those some of those details of things that you did to pour into them to cultivate a loving child.
So it was all like what I said, participate. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just about you know, giving a child an iPad and letting the child just go in the room for hours. It's literally taking that child and taking them outside, you know what I mean, walking with them, talking to them, listening to them, you know, so you learn your child, because people always say, like, you know, like back in the day, they used to say, like, you're supposed to be seen and not heard. You know what I'm saying? So I my traumas from my childhood made me be a better father. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted my children to speak. I still want y'all to speak. I still want y'all to speak up, and they have. And it's sad because of what we're going through now. They've spoken up so much. Well, my sons now, they just say they're tired of speaking. You know what I'm saying? Like they're tired of talking.
So 2 5-year-old little boys, right? Who have a 5-year-old? Raise your hand if you're 5. I mean, raise your hand if you have a child 5, girl or boy. Raise your hand if your child, you have a 5-year-old. He literally just said the 5-year-olds are now saying they tired of talking. The 5-year-old twins are tired of talking. They tired of telling the course that their mother is not feeding them. They're not eating breakfast or dinner. They're starving. They're going to school hungry. Like, are you serious right now? If that was the case, do you not think that somebody would be saying something more than him? He just said the 5-year-old said they tired of talking. They tired of telling. I wonder why. They tired of him telling. They tired of him telling them to say something against their mama. That's what they tired of. Anybody got a 5-year-old? Nobody? Y'all like, they ain't got no 5-year-old. But y'all know ain't no 5-year-olds gonna say, Daddy, I'm tired of telling everybody that we don't eat breakfast and we don't eat lunch and we don't eat dinner. I'm tired. They're not listening, Daddy. I give up. I'm throwing the towel in. I'm just gonna not eat breakfast and dinner. I'm just tired already. I don't want to say it no more, Daddy. I don't want to say it no more. Literally, come on. Are you kidding me right now? They're just so tired right now. Okay, y'all got grandkids 5, yeah. But is your 5-year-old gonna say that they tired of telling that they're not eating breakfast and lunch? Breakfast and dinner. The boys have gotten to the point where they're tired of talking. Boy, be quiet. Be freaking quiet right now.
My traumas from my childhood made me be a better father. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted my children to speak. I still want y'all to speak. I still want y'all to speak up, and they have. And it's sad because of what we're going through now. They've spoken up so much. Well, my sons now, they just say they're tired of speaking. You know what I'm saying? Like they're tired of talking because no one's helping. But the whole thing is you have to be hands-on. You have to love that child. The way I think is not the way my sons think. You understand? So I have to be able to communicate with them and just, you know, interact with them so I know how to love them the way they need to be loved. The way Geron needs to be loved isn't the way that Joshua needs to be loved. You know what I mean? And it's vice versa.
But you know, it's funny to me how he talks like he is the only parent that know his kids. He act like the mother doesn't know the kids just because the mother is not on the internet, you know, showing her kids every day and showing how she walks with them, talks with them, you know, interact with them. That doesn't mean that she's not a good mom. That doesn't mean that she's a bad mother. Just because he chose to come online and show every aspect of their day because he was making $40,000 a month, that's on him. She chooses to raise her kids off the camera. That is her choice. That does not mean that she wasn't nurturing them. But the fact that he's coming on here acting like he was nurturing them because he was showing, you know, how to be polite and how to share and how to do this. Dude, you was making content for money, period. You was doing that for money.
Switch, you know what I'm saying? So you have to really spend time with your child, talk to your child, and that's how you bring them up and you get a good result.
And you know, I have, you know, a daughter as well. My daughter is 3 years old, and you know, very well, she was talking, you know, at the tender age of 1 year old. You know, I remember vividly her telling me, you know, Daddy, I love you. You know what I mean? And grandma and those things like that. And so, you know, it's interesting that you know, all around. I mean, you can Google it. It's everywhere. Even GPT knows it now, right? You know what I mean? That, you know, it's so much data out there that talks about the importance of the development. And, you know, Barack Obama one time was talking when he was president, and he was talking about my brother's keeper. And he was reading something from the Department of Human Resources. in DSS in government, and he was talking about, fathers bring strength, right? They bring, and I'm gonna read it right here. It says father engagement reflects strength, need, and interest, right? It builds a young child character, right? You know what I mean? And so those things, right? We talked about this before. There's no playbook, and I know every father, mother that's out there. There's no playbook, right? There's no, as you know, like a quarterback when he gets on the team, right? The offensive coordinator gives him a playbook and say, "Hey, learn these routes and stuff." But as a father, right? I mean, there's no playbook, right? And so it goes to the testament. It goes to the testament of the importance of everyday, nurturing, pouring in, and it goes to the testament of showing that, hey, look, what I mean, you're a child right now, right? And listen, we have seen some children. I've been, around some places where I've seen, children as early as 2 or 3 years old cussing, saying cussing words, twerking, all that stuff like that, right?
But what is having a what is, I mean, I don't know. Let me just say it like this. What does having a daddy or a father has to do with a child, whether they twerk or not? Because now my grandbabies, their father is in their life and they twerk. They twerk because they see it on TV. They don't know what the hell they doing. Hell, when your babies start walking, when your babies stand up, right? And your baby's standing up and they leaning against the table, what do? They have a diaper on and they bouncing their booty up and down. And what do? We say, yay, oh, do it again, do it again, do it again. Because we call that dancing, right? We call that dancing when a baby stand up against a sofa or a table, a coffee table, and they bounce up and down. And we like to see it. And sometimes we bring our cameras out and sometimes we don't, right? But that's called dancing. And then as they get older, they do it more and they do it more and they do it more and they do it more. So when they get 3 and 4 years old and they see on TV that, there's somebody twerking or dancing, what are they going to do? They're going to try to twerk and dance too. What is having a father? Is having a father stopping that? Have anybody noticed that if a father is in a child's life that the child don't twerk? They twerk. Some fathers sit there and laugh just like the mother do because we think it's cute, right? But having a father around is not going to stop a child from bouncing their booty up and down at all. They do it and we laugh. We say, ha, 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 look at you, do it again, do it again, do it again. That's what we do, Oh my God. Oh, father, it's so important. It's so important. And somebody said something about some human resources. The dude is babbling, a rumbling. That's what it's called. Babbling, rumbling. He's just saying any old thing that's not even making sense if you really listen to him, right?
Sexy red song, and they think that that's cool, and it's
right,
right.
You know what I mean? And so, and when you got, we really encourage, moms and dads, to really, those crucial years of, birth all the way up to Head Start is so crucial of really molding, you know what I mean?
Don't wait till they're 8 or 9.
Right, you know what I mean?
When they can talk, they're able to learn. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like, you can't say like, well, they're young, they're 2, they're 3. They know, they can learn. You teach them. You know what I mean? So what you pour into that child is what you want to get out of it.
Mm-hmm. I know also too, in dealing with early childhood is, setting, boundaries, and let's talk a little bit about discipline, right? You know what I mean? Because they don't know the word no. We have to teach them the word no, right? So talk about a little bit how that as a father, right? As a single father, right? Talk about, how you was able to, in a loving way, discipline them, teach them right from wrong. You know what I mean? Because in this day and time, right, this is 2024. We're not, in the 40s, the 50s, the 60 years old. Fathers out here are dual threats, just like moms. We are working from home, right? We are picking our kids up from school. We're taking them to basketball practice. We're cooking breakfast in the morning. You know what I'm saying? We are doing that. We are doing the same things as mom or co-partner with mom and stuff like that. But talk a little bit about, discipline, right? And how do you, in this age and time, right? Because you got to be careful, right? Because, it's so much different stuff out here where CPS. Oh God, you beat your child or something. But talk a little bit about in your household and how did you go about teaching and this chastising your boys in a loving way when you teaching them right from
It
wrong.
was all about communication.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The only thing it took up from me was just to talk. You know what I mean? I had to put some bass in my voice a little bit every now and again, but no, my sons understood. You know what I mean? They did something wrong, we're gonna have a talk, and they might go to timeout for a little while. You know, they apologize, they hug and kiss, make up, whatever. If there was an argument, a fight, or something like that. But no, it was communication. Like, you don't have to scare your child into, doing the right. You can lovingly be a man and love your child, and basically, love them and chastise them at the same time without having to spare the rod.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's one of the 5 pillars on here, on the website. It talks about communication, right? It really talks about communication and how effectively, we communicate with our sons and daughters at a very young age.
Now, my thing is this, okay, he is doing a whole lot of complaining. So, I guess they're want to try to prove that he was just great dad. Now, no one needs to be perfect because I know no one is perfect. I'm not perfect. No one is perfect, right? But he made mistakes that he doesn't want to own up to. A lot of them at that. One of them that I don't even know if I ever came out and said, but the one, I don't know if it was one of the sons or 2 of the sons, but they had some type of medical issue, okay, that they had to get taken care of. This dude literally videotaped it while live, right? He recorded a medical issue of, I don't know if it was one of the boys or 2 of them, but they had something going on. And he violated the child's privacy, right? Because medical is important. I don't know exactly what it was, but whatever it was, the judge deemed it a violation of the child's privacy that he aired their, I don't know if it was surgery or treatments or something that they had going on. If y'all know in the comments, please let me know. But I was reading where they had some type of medical issue going on, and he highlighted it for money, right? On the channel. These kids are underage, right? You can't just do that. At some point, as a parent, you have to keep some shit private, right? I understand you want to make money or whatever for content, right? But he wanted money so bad that he filmed them having some type of either procedure or treatment, whatever it was. And it was a straight violation against the kids' privacy rights, okay? People don't think that their kids have privacy rights, but they do. You can't just do these to the kids because they may get older and not want to tell people that they had I don't know what it was, but they may not want no one to know. But guess what the mom and daddy done did, right? They didn't already put it out to the damn world, right? Whatever it was. I'm not even sure what it was, right? But he videotaped it for content. You just don't get to do that. It's certain things that's going on with your kids that should just stay between mommy and daddy. The whole damn world don't need to know if your kid have an extra toe or I mean, I said that, but I don't know, have constipation. I don't know. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I'm talking about some serious violation of the kids' privacy right. And that's what he did. He was also accused of that. He violated the kids' privacy by exploiting them and getting down in the details, the grimy details, in which he should not have revealed. I don't even know what it was, but whatever it was, I'm reading here that the judge saw that was called it a alarming poor judgment. Okay, alarming poor judgment that he videotaped them at some type of procedure or surgery or whatever it was. It was a alarming poor judgment and a violation of their privacy rights.
And I remember vividly, right? My father, right? Not only that his voice played a instrument role in me, but his keys also too, right? My father, was a carpenter and he was a electrician. He did a lot of trades and stuff. But I remember vividly, right? That if I would hear his keys first, we used to always say we want to hear his keys first before we hear his voice, right? You know what I mean? Because that know that daddy is in the house, but that presence, right? That presence of a father, to bring peace, to bring security also too. Talk a little bit about that and how that, in the early years of providing for your boys, right? You know what I mean? And bringing that sense of security. And where do you think that is at now?
Okay, so Lee Love says, yes, I saw that video. He did record them having a medical procedure. It was both boys, and he was running back and forth between the two. Like, for what? Like, why does the world need to see that? Why? That should be something private. Like, to me, I would have wanted it to be private because it could have turned bad. It could have went the opposite way. It could have not turned out good. And then what? Like, no. Seriously?
Man, I went through every organization that is that didn't help. I've done everything to keep my son safe, from cameras around our home to alarm systems to everything, but they knew that they were safe when it was with daddy, and now I worry, you know what I mean? They worry, they talk to me and tell me things, you know what I mean? So
did y'all hear this? This man said the 5-year-old boys knew they were safe when they was with daddy. But he said now they're worried. Like, I hate that this man is putting work. And this is probably another reason why the judge saw through his bullshit and he lost his kids. The fact that this man is saying that the kids are worrying about their safety right now. Now, I put up a picture of these kids, the whole family, one day last week. Did y'all see it? Oh, I think it was maybe a week or two ago. These kids look happy as hell. Do they look worried to y'all? Like, he literally talking about they knew they were safe when they was with me, but now they worried. What 5-year-old is worried about their safety? Not one. They too young to even be worried about that type of shit. Like, what 5-year-old is worried about safety? Y'all know when we was 5, we didn't have a damn worry in the world especially about no damn safety. Hell, we was ready to get on the tallest Ferris wheel that was in the park, wasn't we? Because we wasn't scared. 5-year-old worried about their safety? Are you kidding me right now? They worried about their safety. They never worried about it. That's probably another reason why he lost custody. Who says that type of stuff about their 5-year-old boys? Oh, they're worried about their safety. They wasn't worried before, but now they're just so worried about their safety.
And he was a electrician. He did a lot of trades and stuff. But I remember vividly, right? You know what I mean? That if I would hear his keys first. We used to always say we want to hear his keys first before we hear his voice, right? You know what I mean? Because that know that daddy is in the house, but that presence, right? That presence of a father, to bring peace, to bring security also too. Talk a little bit about that and how that, in the early years of providing for your boys, right? You know what I mean? And bringing that sense of security. And where do you think that is at now?
Man, I went through every organization that is that didn't help. I've done everything to keep my son safe, from cameras around our home to alarm systems to everything, but they knew that they were safe when it was with daddy, and now I worry, you know what I mean? They worry, they talk to me and tell me things, you know what I mean? So it's like when dad is around, they feel.
Okay, so Teresa said, I'm kind of new to this story, so who had the kids? Okay, so Teresa, let me give y'all a background. The parents, the mother, April Johnson, and him, the guy, Geron Hurt, Hurtt, they both had custody of the kids when they were a couple. They were living as a couple. She had a 9-year-old son as well. They were living as a couple, okay? He kicked her and her 9-year-old son out the house at he said 11 o'clock, but she said 4 o'clock in the morning. It don't matter. He kicked her out the house in Maryland in February, okay? February. I'm assuming that Maryland is cold in February, all right? He kicked him out the house because she wanted a job, and he basically was saying, why do you want to work? Why don't you just, let us just make money off the boys. They're helping us make money. Why don't you just do this? Why do you have to work? She's like, no, I want to go get a job. They got in an argument. He kicked her out. Okay, that's what's being said out on the street. When he kicked her out, she doesn't know how to drive. She's an adult that do not know how to drive. There's a lot of adults that do not know how to drive. That should not be a hit against her because she don't know how to drive. She wanted her boys. She's like, please, can I see my boys? He would not let her see the kids. He would not let her talk to the kids. She was like begging him. There was text messages that was shown to the judge where this man was keeping the kids from her. He was basically saying, you got one choice, to come back here and live with me, or you don't get to see your kids, okay? She was not able to see her kids. Sometimes she would catch an Uber and drive out there to his house. She said she would be spending $100 to get an Uber there and back in order to see the boys. But ultimately, he wanted her to move back in order to have a relationship with the kids. So he developed this social media page and started getting paid off the page and wasn't giving her not one dime, okay? She was living with a friend while he was making buku money off the boys. He made a page. Every time she would go up under the page and say something like, oh, mommy, little boys, mommy, love you, he would delete that shit because of what? He told everybody the mother left and he was a single dad, okay? The reason why he was making so much money on social media because he was presenting himself as a single father, a single black father. Women and people in general tend to lean toward the single dads. They love that shit. And that's why Justin Dean tried to tell people that he's a single dad, knowing damn well that he's not a single father, okay? But they love that. I'm a single dad. I'm a single dad. I'm a single dad. I'm a single dad. So they can get sympathy, money, looks, likes, views, comments, shares, whatever the case may be, right? So he was presenting himself as a single father. He wasn't. He was just ostracizing the mother, not allowing her to be around her boys. She took his ass to court and they received 50-50 custody. But he couldn't leave well enough alone. He pushed the envelope. He wanted full custody. He didn't think that she was fit to have any custody with the kids. And that shit backfired on his ass. And now he only gets visitation with his kids one time a week. Okay? I think for 1 hour or two, something like that. I think it's 1 hour. Somebody just said 1 hour. It was either 1 hour or 2 hours a week that he gets to spend with his sons. Other than that, the judge said, take down everything that you posted about these kids, right? Which he really haven't. And that's why he just got hit with a $50,000 contempt charge about 2 weeks ago. Now he has to pay the baby mama, the kid's mother, $50,000 for violating a court order. And he's not even supposed to be talking about her. He's not even supposed to be talking about the kids. I don't think he's supposed to be talking about the kids, but I know he's not supposed to be talking about her. But what is he doing? Video after video after video, and he's going to get found in contempt again, okay? So now there's a little synopsis of the story. All right, let's continue.
Safe, right. You know what I mean? Not saying that they can't feel that way with mom,
right?
But dad just gives them that you know what I mean? Like they just know, like, well, I got my daddy. You know what I mean? My daddy is here for me. So that's crucial. You know what I mean? For a child.
Yeah. I think also too, I know that, for my daughter, and I was just talking to a father early today, and he had reached out and he was saying that his son is 7 years old, and he's about to go into I think he said second grade right now, and and so this will be his first year of splitting time, with mom and stuff like that. And so he was talking about, effectively, setting the tone early, with him, letting him know that, hey, look, the same structure that we established here, you come home, no TV, no tablet, do your homework, make sure that your chores are done, taking out the trash.
That's communication.
Right.
And the thing about it, you gotta have both parents on the same.
They're sitting on the couch talking like mom don't teach kids that. Like mom don't help kids with their homework. Mom don't, give the kids chores. Like they're literally making it sound like the daddy instilled those things in the kids, right? They the one that helped them develop and learn how to do chores and take out the trash and do the dishes and this, that, and the other. Like both parents does that. Both parents do that. Like what is he even talking about right now? 9 times out of 10, the dad don't do it, to be honest with you. If the mom and the daddy in the house together, the dad don't be doing that shit. The mama is the one that be, telling the kid, do this, do that, do this. Daddy don't be giving her 2 snaps and a rat's butt, really.
Yeah. And sadly, everyone can't do that. Yeah. Not every parent wants to work with the other parent.
Right.
That's the sad part about
it. That is the sad part about it. And that's one of the reasons why, organizations like the Hurt Father Advocacy and Fathers Fighting for Fathers, we advocating, real hard, with the court systems, to implement policies, with our legislator, implement policies, right, that benefit the family, right? And I will put this question out there, right, is that does the state of Maryland, right, really has the best interests of the family in mind, right? Do they really do care, right? When a parent goes inside of a courtroom or the child is in a tug of war, between two parents, right? The courts, right? In the state of Maryland, the courts, right? These judges, they supposed to have the best interests of the family, of the child, right? And
Okay, I want y'all to listen to what these two gentlemen think that the best interest of the child is. Listen to this.
if the best interest of the child, right? If studies show from everything from the administration of children and family, I'm on the website right here, the administration of children and family. There's over hundreds of studies, right, that show, right, that it is in the best interest of a child for mom and dad to play intricate roles in their life. And so, you wonder why, right? I was looking at.
Okay, so what he just said is true, right? Mom and dad, but keep listening. It is important for mom and dad to play a role in the family, right? In the child's life. So then I wonder why he's not looking at this man and saying, why did you keep the mom from the boys? This man kept the boys from their mother. It was cool when he was doing it, but now he want to cry when she's not even doing it. The courts is doing it. But he literally made her go through that hurt, made her go through that pain, made her go through that misery. How do you think that mother felt when she couldn't talk to her boys, huh? How do you think the mother felt when she couldn't see her boys? How do you think the mother felt that every time she commented on a photo or video of her sons on social media, it was deleted? Or when she says, please, can I talk to my kids? Can I talk to the boys? And he says no. What person says no, you can't talk to your kids on the phone? Yeah, it don't feel so good, does it?
Some data a couple of days ago, from the state of Maryland, right? And it talks about poverty rate. It talks about statistics, right? And especially here in Maryland, that there's a 76% rate, right, when it comes to children not having both parents in their life. They're more likely to get in jail. Yeah. They're more likely to get in trouble. The peer pressure is more higher than ever.
We're in Baltimore.
And we are in Baltimore.
So that explains all.
That has nothing to do with Baltimore. What he's failing to tell everybody, right, the whole world, he had 50-50 custody. He had 50-50. It wasn't good enough for him. He had 50-50, just like Justin. Justin had 50-50 and he took back to court because he wants 100%. What is wrong with these people? He had 50-50 custody. 50-50. But that wasn't good enough for him. He wanted more.
That does explain a lot.
Crime and everything else, but the courts know this stuff.
Yeah.
So they take the father out of the home. So how does that benefit the court?
Right.
No. How does it?
Well,
so you take a father away from his children, especially a man, a boy. How does that benefit the courts?
Yeah, I think it benefits the courts in many ways. Number one, incarceration, right? Then the next thing the child is, well, let's just back up for a minute. First of all, how it benefits the court is money, right? Let's just keep it real. It's money, right? You know what I mean? When
how does that benefit? How is it? Okay, they say it benefit the court by money. How are they getting money? Because they gave mom full custody because of dad's action. How is it? How is that? How is that benefiting the court for money? I don't get that part at all. Like, seriously, dude.
When you have two parents, maybe one is willing, maybe one not as willing, right?
The Asian guy that went with his wife the other day. That they both wanted full custody.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Wanted full custody, and the courts, right, was like, yeah. So we wanted 50-50. Yeah, wanted 50-50. We do a little bit of courtroom advocacy work, and so we was in Howard County a couple of days ago, and we do a lot of courtroom advocacy in the state of Maryland. And so we were sitting in on the case because we go around the state of Maryland, go in some of these courtrooms, and we want to hear see cases, right, when it comes to, especially for child custody, and to see sometimes the disparity, see the biases and the prejudices. And you had two parents. Both parents. One was the father was a CEO of a company. Mom was, I think, in some type of tech company. Both parents, right, was willing, able, and actually wanted to agree on 50-50 custody. But you know what? Because the court's interest, right, is more about breaking up the family, more about child support, more about having legal fees filtering through attorneys and stuff like that. They said, you know what? And I sat right there, and I had a courtroom advocacy with me, and they turned around and said, the judge said, you know what? I'm gonna use my discretion. I'm going to give mom sole legal custody and give dad primary in the weekends, every other weekend. Now,
I don't believe that, and let me tell you why. Now, I could be wrong because I don't live in Maryland, but 9 times out of 10, the court actually want you, mom and dad, to come up with a amicable visitation schedule on your damn own, okay? And if you can't come up with one, then they will enforce a standard visitation schedule for you. But they want you to settle that shit amongst yourselves. 9 times out of 10, if you say you want 50-50, the mother agrees to 50-50, and the dad agrees to 50-50, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get 50-50, right? So, like, I don't agree with what this man is saying. I don't live in Maryland. Does anybody live in Maryland? Can you tell me whether or not this is a thing? Unless he was a jailbird, but he said he was a CEO, so he can't be no jailbird or whatever. But I don't agree with the judge just saying, no, I don't want you to have 50-50. I'm going to do it. And then not only that, what people don't understand is it doesn't even matter what the courts say, right? If the courts come back and say 50-50, if the mom and dad, after they leave court, want to agree to, okay, we don't want to go by this schedule, we're gonna make up our own schedule even now, you can do that. My ex-husband and I got a divorce, and we were given a schedule. I think we did it two visits, right? Or two times. And then we said, we're adults, let's not go, we didn't go by it no more. It was, if he wanted to see his damn child, he saw his child. You understand what I'm saying? He didn't even live in the same state. So if he was going to make the effort to come all the way to the state that I was at, and if he wanted to see his child, I was going to ensure that he saw his child. Do you understand what I'm saying? It had nothing to do with the paperwork. So you don't even have to go by the court order. So I don't agree with what this guy's saying. I don't believe him not one bit. Not one freaking bit.
2 boys. And he articulated as best as possible that his boys are thriving right now. They are in private school right now. And he really advocated that he wanted shared custody to keep the momentum going, right? And so when you break up the continuity, think about it, and that's an important word, right? The courts are breaking up the continuity, right, of structure in the household. Your boys, right, was loving
in private school,
right? And the courts come in, right, and break up the continuity of that. What you think the issue may be, or why does the courts, right, want to break up the continuity of a loving family, of a father being in his child's life?
Because we already said it, incarceration, child support, for every dollar that father pays, the federal government gives.
That doesn't make any sense. And even child support, you can agree to child support in a court, right? You can agree to a certain level of certain number of child support. It can be in a divorce decree. And guess what? You guys can still say, you know what? You don't have to give me that. You don't have to give me no child support. I'm good. Or you know what? You don't have to give me the whole $1,500. You can give me $1,000 and I'll be good. Okay. I don't want to break you or anything like that. Like the order is like a guideline. You understand what I'm saying? It's like a guideline. You can deviate from the guideline if you two agree on those terms. You can. You know what I mean? If you guys agree on it, you can deviate it from it. Now, should you? It's up to y'all. It's up to whether or not you guys are mature enough to and honest enough to say, I agree to deviate from it. You know what I mean? But you can deviate from that. You don't have, it's not standard. It's not, oh, if the courts say you got to pay $1,500, you got to pay $1,500. If you don't, you're going to jail. That's not how it works.
The state 66 cents. A percentage of it goes into the judge's retirement fund. But people don't know these things.
Did he just really say that? Did this man just say child support? Did he say how much of it goes into the judge's retirement fund? Listen to what this man said about child support, you guys. Hold on. Listen to what he says. I had to go back a little bit. I'm sorry.
Then I'm going, right? And so when you break up the continuity, think about it. And that's a
going to the judge's,
right? The courts are breaking up the continuity, right? Of structure in the household. Your boys, right? You know what I mean, was loving
in private school,
right? And the courts come in, right, and break up the continuity of that. Why would, what you think the issue may be, or why does the courts, right, you know what I mean, want to break up the continuity of a loving family, of a father being in his child's life?
Because we already said it, incarceration, child support, for every dollar that father pays, the federal government gives the state 66 cents. A percentage of it goes into the judge's retirement fund. But people don't know these things. They look at, custody battles, and even
that's not true at all. When the court set a amount for child support, right? If the court said you have to pay $1,500, if you pay her $1,500, that goes directly to the parent that has the child, right? Now, if you choose to skip months and don't pay, and the mother take you to child support enforcement, right? If you have to be enforced to pay the child support, they do keep a percentage, okay? Now, I would think that is because of the workers having to do their job. But just for the judge setting the child support, that whole amount goes directly to the mother. But if you're being forced to pay it because you're not paying it, then they do keep a very small amount, and it's very, very small. It's not a lot at all. So for him to sit there and say that they break up the family so that the judge can get a percentage to go into their retirement fund is absolutely baloney, okay? Baloney.
My situation, they're like, oh, you must have done something. Like the news has told my story. Dr. Rashad has told my story. And it's people still out here can't fathom that this is the truth. You know?
Dr. Rashad didn't tell his story. Dr. Rashad allowed him to tell his story on their channel. He's so full of it.
I mean, like they don't understand how terrible it is in the court system, in the family courts. So it's not about, the child at all. It's about money. And that's all it's about.
Yeah.
And then take a child out of a loving home, that had lived in a great community, going to a great school, to now live in an apartment or be homeless. You know what I'm saying? Not go to that private school anymore. Don't have none of their family. Don't communicate with none of their family. Don't communicate with their dad unless it's that 1 hour. You know what I mean? On Saturdays. That's it. You know what I mean? So think about what that is doing to my children. And even when you ask for therapy, they say, no, that child doesn't need therapy. You know what I mean? And that's the guardian ad litem. So it's like they want to break up the home, and they basically want to make a criminal out of that child, because then they can get paid off of that too. And plus the benefits that the mother gets to you. You think about, if they're in poverty, they're getting, on Section 8 or they're getting, food stamps. I mean, it's all a way for them to make money off of.
And that is one of the reasons why, we got, some things coming down the pipe, soon, with the Maryland family court systems. I mean, the policies and the procedures that the Maryland family court system right now is using, right, it's outdated. You know what I mean? You have stuff from 1970 in the 70s and the 80s. The DMC is outdated. You know what I mean? And when you have a child, right? When you have a
Somebody asked, did he have a lawyer through all of this? Yes, he did. He had a lawyer. He paid his lawyer But I just do not want you guys to forget that this man had 50-50 custody. He is the one that initiated full custody. So he played himself and he lost. Okay.
Child that that has been in a loving family household, that has nurtured, that's been nurtured, that is blossoming, and then all of a sudden to get ripped away, right? To get ripped away, and I was just, just the other day, I was talking to my mom, and I got, every night, I pray for her because my mother, right, my daughter is the first granddaughter in our family. Oh, wow. First ever. Wow. You know what I mean? And so, my mother was so excited, when, my daughter was born. It literally took about 20 years off my mother. She wanted to go to the playground. Yeah. She wanted to go to the bouncy, and she wanted to take her to church and go on walks and all that stuff like this. And so think about the emotional trauma, the psychological trauma, right, that my mother, right, is going through right now, right? We have not seen Layla in 7 months. How is it possible that the Baltimore County, right, I'm going to call them out as it is, how is it possible right now in Baltimore County that you have an administration that's in charge of the family court systems allowing, right, a child, right? Think about a child that was with a parent before they came in court, right? Loving, caring, you come in court, and then think about the court system now just removing a person away. Think about the psychological of that child.
Well, what did you do to for that to happen to you, Marcus? What did you do? Huh?
Nothing.
Right, exactly.
Nothing.
And
Right.
This is what.
Nothing.
This is plenty of father stories. And if you're
they be like, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing to lose my rights. I didn't do nothing. I mean, yeah, I had 2 DUIs, but no, I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. Oh yeah, I tested for drugs in my system. Oh, but I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. Oh, I exploited my children. I kept the kids away from their mother, but I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. I alienated my boys and made them say false things against my mom, against their mom. Oh, but I didn't do nothing, right? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna be eating too. But I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. Yeah, you did do something. Stop playing.
If you're a grandmother that's not seeing your children, your grandchildren, tell us about it. Let people understand, because I don't think people understand that it's not just the fathers that are hurting. It's not just the children. It's the grandparents as well. You know what I mean? Like, they're just ripping families apart.
Ripping families apart, and you wonder why, right? There's an organization called Child First, right? And so Child First, they're inside of a lot of the Baltimore City public schools, and one of their jobs is to come in and really work with emotional, right, children, right, that have broken households. Wow. And so some of the schools that we have been in, right, working, with Child First, I have sat down and I've talked to coordinators, right, and some of the stories that an innocent child as young as 6 years old. Think about it. A 5 and 6 year old should be enjoying first grade, should be coloring in their books. They shouldn't be having to, worry about, where's my daddy at, or where's my mama, or when I'm going to eat next, or do I have enough school supplies? You know what I mean? Think about the emotional, and the thing that really ticks me off the most is that you have these judges that are sitting on these benches that are out of touch with the culture, especially, in certain communities. They're out of touch, I was told this in 2022. At that time, I was making
the dark-skinned brother just talking. He's not making any sense. I think he just loved to talk. Now, I don't even know if he's saying that he lost custody of his 3-year-old or he's not being able to see his 3-year-old. I'm not even understanding what he's saying, but he just literally just blabbing off stuff that just not making no sense whatsoever.
Making about $6,000 a month, which is not a lot of money. It's $72,000 a year. At that time, right, I was doing correspondence, right, work from home, administrative work from home. My daughter at that time was about 18 months. 18 months years old, and I was working from home. I was inside of a PL, which is called Parental light hearing, and we were trying to work out a schedule. And so, if the courts really talk about the best interest, right, right? My attorney was saying that, hey, look, dad is working from home. Dad is available, right? He was doing it before we came into court system, right? It's in the best interest that, the daughter, the child stay with the dad. Mom is gone 12 hours a day. Mom is gone 12 hours a day, driving 40 minutes to work, right? And you know what the judge said to me? The judge said to me, it said, I don't think that you'll be able to watch. They didn't say care, love, protect. They said, I don't think that you'll be able to watch your child and work at the same time. You would have never said that, right?
If it was a mother.
It was a mother. Right. But that is the mindset, and that is the systematic prejudices that is going on, especially in Baltimore County, especially on the benches.
But let's talk about even social media. Because even though I make my living off of social media, like it's still a business.
Yeah.
And I have people like go out and get a job. Like there's so many ways to work now. You don't have to have a 9 to 5. We literally have to change our way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like what comes first? Like, you know what I mean? Your child comes first. That's unbelievable. Like a judge would even say something like that. Like,
let's just go back to what he said, okay? Because that kind of got me. So he basically wanted custody, the dark-skinned brother, right? He told the judge, I work from home. I make $72,000 a year. I'm very well capable of watching my 18-month-old while I work from home. So he's saying, the judge said, well, I don't think you'll be able to watch your child while you're working from home. He's saying that the judge would never say that to a mom. 9 times out of 10, if a mother works from home and she got an 18-month-old, that 18-month-old may be going to daycare. You understand what I'm saying? And even if they don't go to daycare for the whole day, they're going to go to daycare. The mother is going to take the child to daycare for at least 4 hours out of that day. That's what we do for our children, right? We're going to send them to daycare. We're going to have somebody to watch them. Whether we have a nanny coming into the house or we send them to daycare. That is what we're going to do to ensure that our job is done. But the man is going to be like, nope, I can watch the child, because that child really is going to be watching themselves. If the daddy is working from home for 8 hours a day, that 18-month-old is going to be watching her damn self. Do you hear me? That 18-month-old is going to be getting into every damn thing. You hear me? Period.
How can she take the child's best interest at heart and put her with the mother that's going to put them in daycare? You know what I mean? But that's still more money. You know what I'm saying? And if she doesn't have the money, oh, well, they'll give her a daycare voucher. You know what I'm saying? It all goes back to money.
Yeah, and it was heartbreaking, to hear that. I was totally shocked. And my attorney at the time was like, so what the fuck, we got to make a minimum wage? What do you got making $10 a month? What do you got making $10 an hour, $15 an hour? But this is and think about, pitying back, we're talking about, the effects, the pros and cons of early childhood and raising your child, right? Think about, the psychological damage that has done to my daughter. There's so many studies out there, people say all the time, oh, child doesn't remember and all that stuff like that. Your child, right, children remember,
My sons tell me every Saturday, like, Daddy, we miss you. Or like, Daddy, just stay there. So I can just look at you for a minute and I can remember you for the rest of the week.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. This man make me want to throw this hush puppy at the screen. Did y'all just hear his ass? This man is such oh my God. This man just said that his 5-year-old son said, Daddy, just stand there and let me look at you for a minute so I can remember you for the rest of the week. Hey, can y'all imagine a 5-year-old saying, Daddy, just stand there for a minute. Let me stare at you, Daddy. Let me stare at you so I can remember what you look like for the rest of the week. Hold on. Let me just stare at you right quick. Hold on, Daddy. Hold on. Let me get it in. It's getting in. It's going in. It's going in. Okay, Daddy, I got it now. I uploaded the way you look, and that way I'm going to remember you for the rest of the week. This man talks out the sides of his neck. Y'all, I got to replay that. Listen to this joker.
What the fuck, we got to make a minimum wage? What do you got making $10 a month? What do you got making $10 an hour, $15 an hour? But this is and think about, pitying back, we're talking about, the effects, the pros and cons of early childhood and raising your child, right? Think about, the psychological damage that has done to my daughter. There's so many studies out there, people say all the time, oh, child doesn't remember and all that stuff like that. Your child, right? Children remember,
My sons tell me every Saturday, like, Daddy, we miss you. Or like, Daddy, just stay there. So I can just look at you for a minute and I can remember you for the rest of the week.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's literally times like I have to only get 1 hour. I can't bring food. I can't bring nothing but water bottles. And my sons literally are hurting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and the courts are okay with
right,
that.
yeah, they are. And we may play for 30 minutes because they're happy. You know what I'm saying? And they're actually able to play. It's like, I don't know what's going on over there, but they can't be themselves. You know what I mean? But then, like, we sit there, you know what I mean? And I hold them and I pray with them so much. And it's even when the Garden at Light asks me, like, why are you always praying with your children? You know what I mean? Why are you telling your children God got you? Like, they don't want a positive child. You know what I'm saying? They want that broken child. Even when the caseworker calls CPS on the mother, there's not been an investigation, bro. Still. They had 24 hours for abuse and they had 5 days for neglect. And the investigation still never happened. But immaculately, the guardian ad litem, the report was made Saturday. Monday, the guardian ad litem was at the house. She, of course, called first and told the mother. So then all of a sudden they come and it's dinner and all this other stuff. But the boys have literally complained every single time I see them about not eating. You know what I mean? To the point that they're in tears. You know what I mean? To the point where the caseworker has called. But now the whole investigation has gone away. Like, when are we going to stop covering this? Stop.
So for the kids to be complaining about not eating it, but they still alive, like, how are they surviving if they're not eating and to the point they're so hungry that they're crying? Then why are they still alive? I mean, hell, when I don't eat, I get angry. I start throwing shit. So why are these 5-year-olds not eating, but they're still alive? They're still able to run around and play and do all this other shit. But all of a sudden, they're not eating. They're complaining about not eating to the point that they're crying. So then what the hell are they eating? Paper? Crayons? What are they eating then? What are they eating?
Cover this stuff up and, like, do what's in the best interest of these children. You know what I mean?
And that's why, like I said, we got some things coming down the pipe.
The court 9 out of 10 times gives the child to the abusing parent, and that's the messed up part about it.
It is, and it's sad, but that's why. But I am very optimistic. Like I said, we got some things coming down the pipe. That we're going to address. The corruption, the abuse, the ignored complaints that are going on in the family court systems. We're going to be exposing cases. We're going to be talking about the trauma that a child goes, and you wonder why, right? As much as positive data that it is, the positive effect that fathers, right, play a critical role in their children's upbringing. There's also data that shows the side effects of not having a father in there, the trauma. Right now,
mass poo-poos.
I wonder right now, right? Are your boys? I wonder right now, right? Are your boys, right, able, and not your boys and other children out there that are dealing with the trauma here in the state of Maryland, around the country, right? I wonder, right, when your boys are in school, are they able to really focus? You know what I mean?
That's why literally they wasn't even going to first grade. Pre-K and kindergarten, the teachers told me, when your sons aren't with you, they're not the same. They don't eat, they don't communicate. I mean, they come to school hungry, starving, they don't communicate,
they come to school starving.
Participate, you know what I mean? So I'm sure, but they're probably happy now that they are in school because at least they're getting out of that environment. You get what I'm saying? And they will be fed there. But I'm just praying that they speak up when they're in that school and tell that teacher and something's done. But I couldn't even tell.
See, let me tell you how he lying, y'all. Okay? He just said the kids come to school hungry. They don't be eating, they be starving and whatever. And then he's like, I'm praying that the kids will speak up. I thought he said they was already speaking up. I thought he said they was going to school telling the teachers they didn't eat. So which one is it? Are they going to school telling the teachers that they don't eat, or he hoping one day that they speak up? I'm going to tell you what it is. He was living in this gated community, this bad, nice a place or whatever, expensive area, because hell, I mean, you making $40,000 a month. I'm sure you're going to upgrade your living environment, right? He was living in this gated community, nice place. The kids was going to private school. He was living like a baller, okay? Like they was rich or whatever. They was living like two rich kids. Now, the mother had them living in an apartment, and she has other kids. I want to say she got 3 other kids or 4 other kids. Like it's just 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's 4 children total there. So, and then I think he said she's on welfare. She get food stamps. He doesn't like the way the kids' lifestyle was. What's the word? Reduced, I guess, you know, from living in this gated community's house or whatever to going to an apartment, and she's on assistance. But now they just awarded her $50,000 for him contempt of court. So hopefully, April, if you're listening, take that $50,000 and move out the ghetto or whatever, and upgrade your kids' living area or whatever in his face. Okay. So go ahead and do that, April, with that $50,000 he's going to give you. So keep on begging Geron for the $50,000 so you can pay April so she can get the kids out the ghetto, since you complaining about them being in the ghetto so much. Okay, do that.
Because I don't even know the school that they go to. Like, this is the ridiculous things that's going on in this day and age. And I'm known as daddy on the whole internet, and I'm going through this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've taught my sons how to love, how to be empathetic, how to be emotionally intelligent. And it's just I can't believe I'm going through this, bro. Like I'm bankrupt. Like this thing has taken everything from.
He about to start crying, y'all. He about to start crying. He said he's bankrupt. He's about to start crying. Y'all listening? Come on, let's listen. Let's listen. Hold on, let's go back a couple of seconds and listen to him.
Right. All your boys, right? Able, and not your boys and other children out there that are dealing with the trauma here in the state of Maryland, around the country, right? I wonder, right, when your boys are in school, are they able to really focus? You know what I mean?
That's why literally they wasn't even going to first grade. Pre-K and kindergarten, the teachers told me, when your sons aren't with you, they're not the same. They don't eat, they don't communicate. I mean, they come to school hungry, starving. They don't communicate. They don't participate. You know what I mean? So I'm sure, but they're probably happy now that they are in school, because at least they're getting out of that environment. You get what I'm saying? And they will be fed there. But I'm just praying that they speak up when they're in that school and tell that teacher, and something's done. But I couldn't even tell you, because I don't even know the school that they go to. Like, this is the ridiculous things that's going on in this day and age. And I'm known as daddy on the whole internet, and I'm going through this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've taught my sons how to love, how to be empathetic, how to be emotionally intelligent. And it's just I can't believe I'm going through this, bro. Like I'm bankrupt. Like this thing has taken everything from me. Like, I can't even fight for the boys. You know what I'm saying? I can't go for a pro se lawyer. I mean, a pro bono lawyer, because they're saying my case is too complicated. But the type of attorney I need, at the least, is going to cost $15,000 to $25,000. I have a GoFundMe set up, but remember, I had contempt cases, so I had to get lawyers just for that. So it's like, people don't understand. How much have you spent on your custody battle?
Since 2000, thank God, 19. Since 2022, I have spent about $89,000. $89,000. All that money has been going right to Baltimore County in the circuit court, and none of that money could have went.
I don't believe him for one moment. I think he's lying his ass off. I do not believe neither one of these guys. I do not believe this shit.
To my daughter's, some of that money was to my daughter's tuition, school, you know. But you think about that money filtering inside of the school, inside of the court systems, the lawyers, court fees, you know, and these judges know, right? These judges know what they're doing, you know what I mean? And
let's talk about this. So Title 40B, let's talk about the performance enhancement bonus. So if you don't know, the government gives a certain amount of money per year. This year, like it was like 50 billion. Matter of fact, last year it was like $50 billion up to grab. The only way the states could get that money is if they got more.
He said he spent $89,000 in court fees, but he said he only makes $72,000 a year. So where did he get the hell the $89,000 from? Okay, yeah, whatever.
Child support from the fathers. So how do you get, if you have 10 fathers, how do you get more child support from them? You have to take less time. You have to give them less time. So if that father had every weekend, now he may get every other weekend. So now because of that, the courts are now saying, the government is saying, congratulations, you've gotten more money. So here's your piece of this $50 billion. I literally seen, I think it was in Texas or somewhere, like they put it on their Facebook page. Like we have a 100% child support and all this. I'm like boasting about it. Boasting, like they were proud. Like, and it's to the point, like if you need child support, just give it to the parent that can provide. You know what I'm saying? Because it gets rolled through the family courts or whatever, and they get their percentage of it. The judges get their retirement fund and all that stuff. But if I'm not against child support, but I think the child should be in the home where they're able to have everything that they need. Right. So
right here, you guys, this man literally just said that basically what he's saying is the child should be in the home with the parent that doesn't need child support. They should not be in the home with the parent that needs child support. You know what I mean? So if the man makes more money, he thinks the child should be with the person that makes more money. So he said the child needs to be in the home with the parent that can provide. He's talking financially because he thinks that's the only thing a child needs, I guess.
So now because of that, the courts are now saying, the government is saying, congratulations, you've gotten more money. So here's your piece of this $50 billion. I literally seen, I think it was in Texas or somewhere, like they put it on their Facebook page. Like we have a 100% child support and all of this. I'm like boasting about it. Boasting, like they were proud. Like, and it's to the point, like if you need child support, just give it to the parent that can provide. You know what I'm saying? Because it gets rolled through the family courts or whatever, and they get their percentage of it. The judges get their retirement fund and all that stuff. But if I'm not against, I think the child should be in the home they're able to have everything that they need. Right. If the person needs the money, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, of course you give, but you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I do give you saying. Listen, the whole one of the things that we're trying to do, and I'm gonna just let everyone know is that this is around the country for everyone who's listening, and please let people know that when you come inside of the family court systems, you relinquish your rights. Right? You relinquish your rights, right? You think you might be coming into,
but check this out though. A father has no rights. Remember, until he goes to court. So the debate is, is that you come to court, get your rights, right? And then we're going to take your rights back from you. That makes no sense.
What he's saying is not true. It's not true at all. Believe it or not, the mother or the father don't have any rights unless they go to court. You know what I mean? So by him saying the father don't have no rights unless they go to court, no. The mother or the father does not have rights. Nobody is considered the primary parent. Nobody is considered the custodial parent. Nobody is considered that until they go to court. The mother and the father, like literally, you know what I'm saying? So for him to say the father don't have no rights, what he should have said is we have equal rights, okay? The father and the mother have equal rights until they go to court and be awarded primary or secondary custody. They have equal rights across the board until it's established, okay?
Bro, literally, I can sign the birth certificate, but that doesn't make it my child. It's not my child until I take it to court. That makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? And that is why, well, in the states, it don't. In the states, it don't make any sense. You know what I mean? The Supreme Court, right, has long said that the parents have the right, to raise their children, just like you was doing and I was doing, and other fathers and parents was doing, to raise their children in a nurturing way. You know what I mean? And so, and the state's supposed to have limited, to come in, when there's cases of strong domestic violence, child abuses, then the state's supposed to intervene. Right. But if there's nothing, the courts, supposed to, look at mom, look at dad, and say, okay, all right, it's in the best interest that both the child has, shared parent custody. But like I said before, that's not happening. Because
our rights
right, our civil rights are being violated right now, also too. You know what I mean? And that's what things that I want to give a shout out to, like the ACLU, right? You know what I mean? Attorney General, you know what I mean? These organizations, these organizations, right, need and will hear, the corruption, and the that is going on in the family court systems, and the civil rights that are being violated from fathers.
Can you tag Anthony Brown, tag Governor West? Who else? Any celebrities that you know, any politicians? Please tag them in these posts. This video.
So I think also too, right, that we was we was talking earlier this week. I know Adulo, I was talking to him, and he has a daughter as well, and good father up there, really advocating, doing a lot of positive things up in New Jersey and stuff, but he sat down and he was talking to me about, the back and forth, right, of the stuff that,
keep taking them to court.
Keep taking them to court, and think about it for a minute, right? You're seeing right now your boys on Saturday, but from Monday to Saturday, right? To Monday to Friday, right? Talk about, the emotion and the psychological trauma, right, that you are experiencing, as a father, as a human being, and how that this.
What did he think the mother felt when he was keeping the kids from her? He was keeping the boys from the mother, but she wasn't supposed to be having no psychological traumas and nothing going on. You reap what you sow. He did that to her. Okay? And they're up here talking about the court system this and the court system that. Geron put the court in their business. Okay? He did, because they had 50-50 custody. He didn't like that. He petitioned the court for more. So he did that to himself.
Court system, right, has literally, in less than, a few months, just literally trying to destroy, your family.
He did it to himself.
I got to hear from my mother, the godparents, cousins, friends from the school, parents calling me, asking where the boys, telling me how much they miss the boys. Like, I wake up every morning, man, and gotta walk past their room. I get hurt not seeing my sons in there. You know what I mean? Like, it just hurts, man. Like, just taking a walk. You know what I mean? Like, the first time my sons walked, like, was able to walk, man. Like, I walked them probably like a half a mile.
Wow.
The first time that they got up and took a step, like, we went out. And recorded it. You know what I mean? Like, those are our memories, bro.
You recorded it for money for social media, okay? You still got the memories. You just can't post them on social media.
And it's like, it just hurts, bro. Like, my sons are my word. Like, the courts have, people don't understand, like, where did the money go? On this custody case, bro. You know what I'm saying?
In the pockets of lawyers, in the pockets of the court system.
Yes, bro. Like, so it's taking everything from me, and I need you guys' help.
It went on a custody case because he was being greedy. Like, why don't he say that? You had 50% custody. Why were you even trying to get full custody? He's like, oh, I passed by my son's room and I cry because I'm so hurt. I'm so hurt that they're not in there. And I took a video of them. Their first walk, those were memories, and you still got them. You just can't post them. Go look at it. Go look at it right now. The judge did not rip the memories away. The judge just said you can't post that shit on social media. You still have the memories. What the hell is he crying for? Why? Oh, because he got done to him what he was trying to do to the mother? Maybe? Is that why? Huh?
Pockets of lawyers and the pockets of the court system.
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so it's taking everything from me. And I need you guys' help. Like, I really need your help. The GoFundMe is linked to this video. But it's just like, I don't cook no more. You know what I mean? Like, I don't eat fruits like that, because all the healthy stuff was the stuff I bought for the boys.
Right.
So when I made their stuff, I would always nibble on it, or I would eat better.
Right.
Because the boys were here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God.
Then without my
That dude said, I don't cook no more. I don't eat fruits no more because I was only eating healthy and fruits because the boys was there. So I don't even eat healthy no more. Oh my God. I lost my kids and now I don't eat goods. I don't buy fruit. I don't cook no more. I go out to eat. Aww.
friends, you know what I mean? It's not like a murder to have a woman.
Right.
It's just lonely, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's just wondering about my sons. And
He said it's lonely. He better go purchase a dog. That joker said it's so lonely. It's lonely, bro. It's just lonely, bro. Go get you a dog.
I call them every day and not able to speak to them. You know what I mean? Like, they have their iPads, bro, where they can't even call me. Like, they like, Daddy, she said, we can't call Daddy. We can't answer.
That's
when you
pure
call.
alienation.
Yeah,
Right. And trauma. Right.
And that's why I'm with Hope and Darkness too. So if you are a parent, mother or father, if you're going through this, check out Hope and Darkness. I started a group for them too, and they help with parental alienation. But it hurts, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I
world, bro.
Talking about the emotional.
How is it alienation when she's doing what the court said? The court said his ass can't call. Or I don't know if he can call for 15 minutes. And I think I'm thinking of another case. But I don't think he's allowed to call or talk to the kids until Saturday. So that ain't nothing that the mom is doing. She's not alienating the kids from him like he did her. She just going by the damn court agreement. You understand what I'm saying? The court said he can't call because he tries to coerce those kids to say shit about her that's not true. And that's why he got his own self in trouble.
Trauma, right? I have a beautiful daughter, Layla. She's the love of my life, when I go to, might go to McDonald's. I ain't been in a while, but sometimes I go to McDonald's or I'm in the mall and I'm walking and I see a father holding his daughter, the emotional trauma, right? The trigger, they use the word trigger, right? It's triggering, even on social media. I was talking to a dude a couple of days ago, man, and I'm one of the biggest advocates you ever find for fathers and their children. But at the same time, it's very, when I go to bed at night, I sit.
You see how he just switched it? I thought he was about to tell us something that happened at McDonald's. Let's go back because he all over the damn place. One, he just talking about something that happened at McDonald's. Hell, hold on.
I go to, might go to McDonald's. I ain't been in a while, but sometimes I go to McDonald's or I'm in the mall and I'm walking and I see a father holding his daughter, the emotional trauma, right? The trigger, they use the word trigger, right? It's triggering, even on social media. I was talking to a dude a couple of days ago, man. And
I guess he said it's triggering. Okay, my bad.
I do. I'm one of the biggest advocates you ever find for fathers and their children. But at the same time, it's very, when I go to bed at night, I sit back and, helping other fathers, to whether it's helping filing papers, advocacy work, whatever it might be. And then to come home at night and knowing that, I don't have my daughter, that I don't know where my daughter is at, or is she home, or is she well right now, and the psychological trauma, right, that it's really an understatement, right? You know what I mean, of what the courts are promoting, right? When the courts know that that one particular parent has not seen that child, and I'm going to say this, that Baltimore County, right? Baltimore County is promoting alienation in the family court systems.
When we went for the contempt, I said, my mother calls my sons every day, and she doesn't answer. I'm like, my whole family calls the boys. You know what I mean? On their iPads, they're not allowed to answer. I said they've seen these people literally almost every day. You know what I mean? I said, we went to a birthday party at least almost once a week almost. You know what I mean? Like they had all of these people in their lives. You know what I mean? And they don't have them anymore. And the judge was like, well, I can't do anything about that. That's up to the mother if she wants them, to be able to talk to them or whatever. Like my sons are literally by themselves with their two brothers. Like she has no family, no friends. They're doing nothing but sitting in a room. You know what I'm saying? Like it hurts my heart, bro. And what can I do? You can't do.
Girl, y'all, Geron, my family, they call the boys every day. We went to birthday parties almost every week, and now the boys don't have nobody to play with. She has no friends. She has no family, but they got siblings. They got each other. The twin boys, they got one younger and one older sibling. And then they got mommy. But he act like the boys are so miserable, right? He doesn't know that these boys go to school. Like he talks as if like what he says is true and it's supposed to be believable. I guarantee you, April probably have a whole different story. April is probably looking at this man saying, this man is delusional. He goes out there and lie. This man has, if you Google this man's name on the internet, Geron Hurt, there's so many stories that he's went out. She said, has the mom spoke out? The mom spoke out before. Yes, I read the long thing that the mom said. Let me see if I got it. Hold on. She hasn't been speaking out lately because she's like, she got her kids and she probably think this man is mentally ill. Let me see if I got her statement. Hold on. Let me see. She wrote a long statement. Hold on. I got so much stuff in here, y'all. I think this is it. Let me see. No, that's not it, but it's if anybody can get this statement and send it to me right quick. I thought I had it in my photos, but apparently I don't. But it's a long statement that she wrote, basically accusing him of physical violence, domestic violence, and all type of shit he did to her or whatever, But she was just basically saying she's thankful that she has her boys home with her. And she said that it was a long battle in getting her kids home. And that she didn't make the page to, she only made the Facebook page for her boys just to show them here and there, right? But she didn't make the page to make money, but he did. He turned them into a job, basically. That is how he ate with their money, okay? And so I would love to interview her. I don't think that she probably would want to, but if she did, I would love to hear from April. If anybody knows April Johnson, tell her that I would love to hear her story on my channel. I feel for her. I don't give a damn if she's on welfare, food stamps, or whatever. I don't care because sometimes you got to do what you got to do. This man and the 40, however much it was. Somebody said 40, somebody said 50. It don't matter. However much he was making a month, he wasn't giving her a dime. So the fact that he wasn't up leveling her life with their own children, they were making money because of the kids, not him, the kids. But she wasn't entitled to any of it. Like, nah, dude. I don't agree with him whatsoever. Let's listen to a little bit more, and then I'm gonna cut his ass off, and we're gonna have a conversation about it. Okay?
Yeah. That's why, like I said before, that's why we got some things coming down the pipe, man. That we're gonna aggressively, go after the Maryland State Family court systems, and we need everyone. You know, we need all the support out there to get behind us to support Gerard and helping him so he can get a lawyer and get his boys back. We need for you to call. If you got contact, and people, that the right people, right, that are in the places where they have the ear of the governor, they have the ear of the attorney general, they have the ear of people that have big platforms that can, speak out. Tyrese, this R&B singer, he's going through it. Tyrese is going through it. We need more. These athletes. These LeBron. You guys. Usher. You guys. Have been there, and you have the platform.
See, they think these celebrities and big time people gonna just hop on this story because you see two brothers crying out for, oh, I need help, I want custody of my kids. And they think these people not gonna look into these people's background. That man is no saint. That man has a record. That man has done things, like lots of them. Now, I'm not saying that that's directly at his children, but he act like he's so coochie crunchy clean, and he's not at all. He did things to violate. He tested for drugs in his system, but yet he's the better parent. Yet he's the better fit. Did it take him getting, I don't know what type of drugs it was, but did it take him having to do drugs in order to care for the kids? Is that what you're saying? Like, dude, you did things that you violated, and you had 50-50 custody, and you lost it being greedy. Period.
You not only have the platform, you have the resources to fight. And so we need the strong fathers out there that have these platforms that are sitting in.
This is their ploy for money, you guys. This is their ploy to receive funds to do whatever they're going to do with it. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but they're trying to say that they're going to help fathers and getting their kids back. But I don't know what they're going to do with the money, but they're practically doing this to beg for money.
High places, the Jay-Z's of the world, the Meek Mills of the world, these fathers, and Magic Johnson of the world, these are fathers, man, that have platforms that can speak out, right? Speak out and support, fathers, like myself and Geron, man, that are fighting these battles, right? And you know what? We're just the fathers that have the courage and that are fighting, and we're not going to quit. But think about the hundreds of other fathers that gave up, or doesn't have the strength and the resilience, right, the perseverance, right, to go forward, right.
The person that wore them down,
right,
now they drinking every day.
Right.
Like, people don't understand the emotional trauma
right.
that fathers are going through with this.
Yeah.
Call your local, call whoever. The mayor, the governor, the attorney general. We need you to make these calls. And it's sad to say, like, I've reached out to maybe over 50 senators, and it's really nothing they can do because it's the family court systems, and people doesn't understand that because they can't get involved. So even when she's like, oh well, I know such and such at the, what is it, the Merlin bar? What's the
Merlin bar? Yeah.
And she literally emailed them for me to ask for help for me. They said, no, we can't help them. It's too complicated. It's too complex. We don't know. We don't understand. We need you guys to meet the calls for us because we can't do it ourselves.
Yeah. And I tell you what, that when the General Assembly rolls around, they're going to hear our voices. They're going to hear. They're going to hear our voices. And start hearing our voices more louder, to speak out on this, and we need every parent out there. Every parent, if you're a parent out there and you support, family structure, you support, your child, growing up in a loving home and want the dad and the grandparent, the aunts in their lives. If you're a parent out there, mom or dad, you see what I'm saying, whatever you are out there, get behind this movement, man.
Let me just
outcomes, right? And then she puts all the
politics. I mean, everything is with them.
Yeah. Continue to, and tell your boys you love them, man. Tell them you love them.
I love y'all boys.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I send them a video every day, bro. When they don't answer that phone, I do a video for them every single day. But I'm sure it's being watched. So. Anything else you're saying?
Nah, man, that we continue to go forward, and we're gonna continue to fight. I love my daughter. I haven't seen my daughter in 7 months now. 7 months, bro. 7 months. That
I wonder what he did, why he haven't seen his child in 7 months. Something ain't adding up.
Baltimore County court systems have been rubber stamping alienation 7 months, but we're coming after them. You know what I mean? We're coming after them. You know what I mean? And stay tuned. Yeah.
Stay tuned. All right, guys. Remember to go
Oh, wait a minute. Let me hear him say something about the GoFundMe. Hold on.
to the video. Also, as Fathers Fighting for Fathers on Facebook. On Instagram, it's FF4R, right?
FF4F Inc.
Yeah. Okay. Please be safe, as the boys and I would say, and don't forget to wash your hands.
Love, peace, and joy.
Thank God.
All right, I got something else I want to show you guys right quick. I mean, of course, they just doing that for cash apps, in my opinion. I don't know too much about the other guy or what he got going on. I just know that Geron did not lose his kids just because the judge was biased and that Maryland is a screwed up state. Maryland may be a screwed up state, but that's not why he lost custody of his kids. But let's listen to this. I just so happened to come across it. I'm not even sure who this is, but let's listen to this right quick. It's not even a long video. It's actually a short. So let's listen to it right quick. Let me see what this is.
Okay, so people are trying to make it seem like I'm the reason for I'm the reason for Mr. Hurt getting his twin boys taken away. Nobody. It's not all of a sudden. Like I was talking about that situation that happened to me last year with him on social media. I don't personally know him. I noticed some things that I didn't like. Okay, I didn't expect him to get his kids taken away. I never reported him. That was not my intentions. I was just talking about what I noticed and my experience with their father on social media. If you got a problem with it, that's on you. If you don't find what I found alarming in his videos, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that noticed it, okay? Then you got a problem, you really do. Think about the kids.
Okay, hold on.
People are trying to make...
So it's this lady that's saying that I guess they may be trying to accuse her of getting his kids taken away. So let me go to, that was a short. So let me go to this video. This is not the mother. This is just, I guess, another blogger. But let's go to what she is talking about. Hold on one second. Hold on. Let me see. Did she mention him at all in her videos? Because that was just a little that was a little short. So that's only 1 minute. I'm trying to see if she have, okay, right here. Well, this is right here. All right, let's look at this, you guys.
Hey, you told me what to do. Okay. This is actually an unfortunate.
So the title says, I was not expecting the Hurt twin father to get his twin boys. She says token away, but I'm sure she means taken away.
I never expected this to happen. I believe last year I made a video about the Hurt twins, father, Hurtt, I believe. He has two twin identical boys. I think it's Jermaine. I forgot their names. I'm sorry, forgive me. So on Instagram, I had commented. I'm gonna try to put the link in.
Oh my God, girls, just say it.
They were like, doing the regular thing. And I had commented, I was like, oh, hey, when is your kids gonna start acting classes? And he got offended and he thought I was like being sarcastic or something. And he's like, if you don't believe this is real, you think this is good, you go on Facebook Live and blah, blah, blah. You don't know how, you're not used to father showing affection. And okay, so I didn't think anybody was gonna actually watch my video about that. And this bunch, like I said, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I posted that video last year. It started getting traction yesterday all of a sudden, and I just didn't understand why. So I was just venting. I was just talking about my parents. So yeah, he had blocked me and everything like that. So he really got offended off of me, like saying when they're gonna start acting passive. So make a long story short, I didn't understand why all of a sudden I was getting traction. I guess he had gotten his kids taken away. He has spoke about it. He's is on his channel. I'm speaking out. I'm gonna face it as a thumbnail, whatever. But
oh my God.
the thing is, right?
Everybody shouldn't be bloggers. I'm just saying that. But let's just listen to what she got to say.
Honestly, I don't even think that he's a bad father. I just think
it's only 10 minutes, so we just got to do 8 more minutes, okay?
That it's a shame that he doesn't take accountability and he doesn't understand why he got his twin boys taken away. I honestly do feel like he loves his boys, and I honestly do feel like he's trying his best to take good care of him. He's doing his best to take good care of him. I just feel like he created a monster, like with the YouTube channel, because think about it like this. If you haven't noticed, every time when the camera's pulled out, like they're coming crying, they're hurt and whatever, and they're consoling each other. Okay, that is alarming to me. That's alarming to me, and that's a red flag. Because why are they always getting hurt?
She's right about that. She got a point. If he catered his content around them falling and encouraging each other and saying, it's okay, you're gonna be okay, let me kiss it, this, that, and the other. Like, she has a point with it was actually staged. That's why, right? He was doing it for money, but you know what I mean? Like, why teach your little bitty boys to fall down and then all of a sudden you guys console each other or whatever for content? That does sound a little cuckoo, right?
Why are you not monitoring them? Are you doing this purposely?
Yep.
Are you encouraging this behavior for
Yep.
them to get views? Like, because
Yep.
you know that people are not understanding that this might be staged. Like, I don't know. Something's off about that. I'm not saying he's a bad father. I don't feel like he's a bad father at all, even though he's going through this current situation. But there's a time and a place in your life where you need to take accountability. You need to realize something. Okay. I hope and pray he gets his voice back. I don't think that they're in harm's way. I just feel like I don't think he's hurting his boys. I feel like once they realized that they were getting attention for getting hurt, they kept purposely getting hurt to get more attention. You get what I'm trying to say? So
because it was driven by the dad. These kids was what, 2-3 years old at the time. They wasn't doing that shit on purpose. They was doing that because dad told them to do it. You can't tell me different.
Be careful what you feed attention to when it comes to your kids in certain type of situations. Okay, I'm not saying that you shouldn't console your kids or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, for example, like people are starting to realize when your child gets hurt, it's okay to console them, but don't give too much like reaction to it, because then they're gonna like keep repeating a certain type of behavior to get a certain reaction. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, I was just talking about this on the compulsive thing when it comes to pathological lying. They have done studies. They're trying to do more studies on it. It's like OCD. It's a repeated behavior. And a lot of times when you react to a pathological liar, that's the reason why they do it in the first place, before that particular reaction. So please, people, don't come for me for venting about my personal experience and story. Listen. If you guys want to start a petition to get him a lawyer to get his voice back, so be it. You know what I'm saying? I honestly don't even feel like he's a bad father. I just feel like he doesn't comprehend is not taking accountability and understanding and realizing what went wrong. You know what I'm trying to say? He created this whole monster, like with the YouTube, those YouTube channel and page like that. Okay, and it just seems kind of malicious in a way. I'm just speaking from my opinion, but I honestly, even though he had done all that, man, they do stupid stuff. I don't feel like he was like doing it intentionally for money. It might have gotten to that point when he realized it was getting a lot of traction for certain type of like videos that he was doing with them. Yeah. But at the same time, I think he was, his whole point of making money was to support him and his kids. And as you can see that they're well fed and they're well groomed and whatever, you know what I'm saying? Well dressed or whatever. Okay. And well spoken. Okay. So, but at the same time, like I said, men do stupid stuff. I don't feel like he's a bad father. I'm just putting that out there, but I do think that he needs to take accountability and analyze the situation. Just analyze the situation real quick. Really self-reflect and ask himself, what could I have done better? Where did I go wrong? Why is this happening? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that they're personally attacking him because of he's a black man or even though he says all races go through this and everything like that. I don't think that's the point the message he's trying to put out.
Okay, so that's enough for her. Basically, she's saying she put out a video basically saying that she suspects something in the videos, basically saying she suspect either they staged or, she said when they're gonna start the acting career. So she suspected the videos were staged. I do believe the videos were staged. She says, Amora, were you able to get any videos he did? Yes. So I showed one last week or 2 weeks ago or whatever, where the boys fell and but it's on my other computer. Y'all know I got a new computer. Matter of fact, I need to show y'all the new computer I have. But anyway, the boys fell and one of the boys fell and hurt his knee, and the other boy ran behind him and kissed it and made it all better and all that stuff or whatever. And so that was the from what I'm being told, because I didn't watch them a lot. I mean, I have seen them, but from what I was told, that they did a lot of the falling down, hurting themselves, or pretend fighting over some toy or something. And then, they'd be like, oh, I'm sorry. You can have it too. And, it will be okay. And let me kiss it. And it was all that type of stuff. But he made money from it, though. A lot of people watched it. He made money from it. She says, she's right. I've seen videos of them walking and he encouraged one to run and the other one would run after his brother and they would fall and get hurt. And then he would tell them to brush it off and pray. Pray for the one who got hurt. Oh, see, that was their content. And he said he taught them how to love. He taught them how to have empathy for each other. It's just, I don't know. To me, I just think it's a very, unfortunate circumstance for him to even think that it's okay or it's, it needs attention that he is missing and longing for his boys when it didn't need no attention when the mother was missing and longing for her sons. He didn't, in my opinion, he didn't care about her hurting, her pain, her wanting to talk to the boys, and he's telling them no. I put the text messages up before. I just came across one where she said, can I speak to the boys? And he's like, no, I'm busy and you're bothering me. Let me get to that text message right quick. Let's read that one text message where she asked to speak to the boys and he told her no. Okay. This one right here. He says to her, you called me 9 times. I've already sent to you numerous of times a text explaining why it has to be this way. You are interrupting me editing videos. You're costing me money. If you don't want to agree to keeping your sons feeling safe, then please stop calling me. So I think his way of keeping them safe was her move back in the house with him. So he's saying, if you don't want to agree to keeping our sons safe, or he said your sons safe, then stop calling me. He's telling the mother to stop calling him, right? So she says, so you're going to answer the phone and pretend you don't know my number when I had this number since last year. Then I asked to speak to my children, and you're still telling me no and hanging up on me. I'm not costing you anything. I'm calling to speak to my children, right? And he says, I don't have to know your number. I'm busy editing and you're costing me money. If you want to talk to our children, then be an adult and do what you have to do to make them feel safe. I have to prepare them to talk to you. I'm not going to keep going over this with you. It's not about you. It's about the boys. So he's talking to the mother that way, right? He's talking to the mother that way. And now he's on all these platforms crying because he doesn't have the access and control to his boys the way he had before. So now he feels like a complete idiot over the things that he did. He created. Okay. He treated her like crap. The ball was in his court when he had the kids. Now the ball is no longer in his court and he's cracking is what he's doing, period. So again, when I started this live, what did I say? I don't like that people feel that they can say and do things to you and then get mad and cry and bitch, complain and whine when things is done right back to them, the exact same thing. Why is that? Why is that? They can dish it, but they can't take it. Why is that? Because it was perfectly fine when she was crying and calling to speak to her boys and he wouldn't let her. Okay? I actually think it's devastating not to be able to talk to your children, right? And the other parent is keeping you from talking to your kids. I feel that is very devastating, right? But how does it feel when you do it, right? It's okay. But then when somebody else do it to you, oh, no, it hurts, don't it? It hurts. It hurt real bad, okay? That's what he gets. That's what he gets. I don't feel sorry for this man at all. Let's look at this GoFundMe he has, because he does have a GoFundMe up, but he's had it up for quite a while. Let me get to it right quick. It's called the Hurt Family Advocate, I think. Hurt Family Advocate. Here it goes right here. All right, it has. He got it for $100,000. That must be like the famous number around here. But $100,000, and he's at 13,220. And I want to say he's had this thing open ever since. Some people just gave him 2 hours ago. Well, let's look. When did he open this? Created January the 30th of 2024. So from January to now, what is that, 8 months, he collected $13,220. Let me tell you, in my opinion, if people really bought his story, not just the same ones that, that support him, because he has over 1 million followers, you guys, but for people, if they really bought his story for 8 months, he would have had this 100K. If they bought his story and if he had real strong supporters that were standing behind him, he would have had this 100K in the 8 months that he's advertised this thing. He has raised $13,000. He hasn't even raised $20,000. But he said even some of this money has been spent on lawyer fees. So he don't even have the $13,000. He didn't let it stay in there until it reached its goal. He didn't do that. He grabbed it, I guess, because he said that it was done. The money, even on the GoFundMe, is used to pay his lawyer fees. That's what he said. So at any rate, and then just go back to it for a second. The fact that he got his boy's video up there, I'm not gonna play it, but he got the boy's video up there on his page. I am my first client. Oh, I think I read this already. Yeah, well, he's asking for money. I think I read all that. Well, anyway, like I said, if people believed his story, some people probably do believe his story because they haven't looked in his background. They haven't seen that, he got DUIs and drug charges and other shit going on with him. They don't know that. They probably don't know that he kept the kids from the mom because he lied and say she left. And that's another thing that burns me up. She left. Yeah, okay. He trying to make it seem like she left and abandoned her boys. No, she didn't leave. You kicked her out the house. You kicked her out. And a man that'll kick a woman out and the kids, that ain't no man to me. No man whatsoever. So anyway. But I just want to bring y'all that today. I just the audacity for you to think, oh, it's cool when I do it, but I get pissed off when you do it. They can't stand it, baby. They'll sit there and do something to you all day long, but the moment it's done back to them, they're like, oh my God, stop. Leave me alone now. Leave me alone. They go crying. They go crying. Yes, and kicked them out not just any old day, but in February in Baltimore, Maryland. February. So he gets whatever just deserving to him, you know. And you know what? Today, the 28th of the month, the first is right around the corner and he needs his bills paid. So I'm assuming that he's probably going to cut another video tomorrow and the next day and the next. Hey, you got to get that rent money up. But he actually said he has a job and he said his job is paying him decent money. So, but yeah, he want these court fees because and I thought on the 27th, which was yesterday, I thought they were supposed to have an appeal. But when I looked at it, it was dropped. So the judge is not even trying to hear him no more. I ain't going to say no more ever, but that appeal was dropped. I don't know why, but it was. She said, as my mom said, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Exactly. So, but I'm going to update the title and update the thumbnail. I didn't have a chance to do it when I came in here. So I was just like, we just going to do some Hump Day Wednesday. So, what is going on? Do any of you guys in the comments, do your baby father have custody of your child? Anybody? Or have anybody lost custody of their child to either the father or the grandparents? She said, so Amor, is he still trying to go to court trying to get custody? Yes. He literally wants to overturn the judge's ruling. Yes, he wants custody. He wants full custody. He does not think the mother, because the mother has she has 2 other kids outside. Does she have 4 kids? Let me see. Hold on. I don't know if she got 4 or 5. Let me look it up right quick. So she has 1, 2, 3. So she has 4 children. Let me put it up for y'all. Hold on, I'm trying to blow the picture up a little bit. Oh, she got a GoFundMe too. Oh, her sister has a GoFundMe. This was created September of 2022. So she fought him for custody of her child. And this fundraiser is no longer accepting donation. So I don't know how much she was asking for, but she closed hers out. I guess she said, I got my kids. So she raised $1,700, $1,702. But it looked like she closed hers out. So she got one. So it's 4 children all together. She has 4 kids all together. And he's like, oh, she live in the ghetto. But he didn't say the word ghetto, but he said that she's living on the government assistance or government and on food stamps. So he's trying to make it seem like she's struggling. And he had them going to private schools and wearing the finest clothes and stuff like that. But he put her and this boy right here out. Do y'all see that young fella right here? Oops. That young fella on the end. That dude put both of them out the house. And she didn't have the little one until later, after she had already left him. But they didn't already closed out their GoFundMe, right? Meaning that she ain't even trying to collect another dime. She's like, I'm good. Now, I don't even know if she had to pay anything, any court costs or whatever. But she probably did. But let me just read it. It says, hi, my name. Let's put it back up. It says, hi, my name is Sharda, April's sister. I'm fundraising for help with legal costs as they've already have mounted up over the 2 years, as well as her own legal fees. She's also paying for the twins' lawyer. They should have been split. My sister also has other monthly commitments, which is paying rent, food bills, and unable to save. My sister has been fighting to see her twin children, Geron Jr. and Joshua Hurt, and has magistrate shared custody order, as well as other monthly bills and other costs. It's been hard. I want to raise money so she can pay off these fees and be able to enjoy her family time. My sister is hardworking, caring, kind, loving, and hold a job as well as maintain family life. My sister is one of those who won't ask for help, so I know what's best for her and decided to step up. Thank you so much, everyone. Everything is appreciated. Hey, everybody. My name is April Johnson. I know you all. Now, this is the mom. Hey, everybody. My name is April Johnson. I know you all may have been working or wondering about me and why I'm not present in the picture and videos of the twins page. I know some of you are actively following the boys, the Hurt twins, and some of you may be following the page. I'm about to shed some light on the situation. On February 22 of 2020, my twins' father put me and my oldest son, Azarion, out on the streets at 4 a.m. in the freezing cold right in front of our twins. All because I told him I wanted to go back to work. I was determined to go back to work, but he wasn't trying to hear it. And I told him that I was going to take my money, make my money, whether he liked it or not. That's when he told me that me and Zaria had to get out because he wanted to be in charge. He pushed us right out the door. The twins were 1 year old at the time, and Zari was 9. Me and Zari had on pajamas when he kicked us out on the street. I had no money, no job, and nowhere to go. He put us out with nothing. I didn't take my twins because I couldn't walk the streets in the cold with them at 4 a.m. in the morning with nothing. Me and Zari walked to the streets until a stranger was kind enough to take us to a bus stop. I know this was dangerous, but I just wanted to get my son out of the cold. In Windsor Mill, where we lived at the time, the bus stop was not close by. But I was trying my best to walk to the bus stop, all while holding my son, trying to keep him warm. I don't know how it would have taken. I don't know how long it would have took if that kind of stranger didn't offer to give us a ride. That kind stranger didn't offer to give us a ride. When we got to the bus stop, I know we waited for the cold for an hour before the bus came. When the bus finally come, I explained my situation and the bus driver let us on for free. All I could do was thank God. Once we made it to the city, I went to Sanal Hospital where I called my best friend of 20 years and explained my situation to her, and she came to come get me and Zari. She let us move in with her until I got on my feet. I thank God for her every day. I instantly started filling out job applications, and I got hired at Amazon within 2 days. I have been trying to get my twins since last year, but dealing with someone so petty makes it so hard. I've been abused physically, mentally, and emotionally. Things were going great in the relationship when I was pregnant with the twins, but a few months after they were born, I seen a side of that man that I have never thought I would see. He just changed, and it was so hard because I had no family where we lived. I don't drive, and I quit my job I quit my job to become a stay-at-home mom to my children, all while enduring the hurt and the pain. But I tried my hardest to keep it together for my boys. The boys' Facebook was for fun only when I was live, only when I lived in that house. But when he put me out, he turned it into something else, crying single dad all the time when that is not the case at all. I told him numerous times to tell the people the truth and to stop lying. When I posted pictures of me and my twins on the boys' page, I would comment, or when I posted pictures of me and my twins on the boys' page, I would comment under the picture and video of them. He would delete everything I posted to make it look like I was not involved in their life. He even blocked me from posting and saying anything on that page. Now, this is the son page. She wasn't allowed to say anything on, right? He has to maintain this fake image of being a single dad. I don't know what he's telling those people about me. I've been asking him to bring my boys to me since he put me out, And I have even said I would come and get them. And he tells me no every time. He says, if you want to see the boys, you have to come to my house to see them. I'm not bringing them to you, and you can't come take them anywhere. He even said he's not going to accommodate me, meaning pay child support, when it comes to my twins. Everything is on his terms right now. So the only time I see my twins is when I travel to the country, which I'm kicking out about $100 for an Uber to and from because I don't drive. This man has a whole Audi truck in my name because I co-signed for him, and he won't bring me my kids. I get all the traffic tickets, easy pass tickets, late car payments in the mail. I even get the harassing phone calls. Oh, I forgot. Supposedly the truck was stolen on Tuesday. I don't believe that for a second. The twin page is a way for him to make money. So my twins are being exploited. The single dad stuff is getting played out. He refuses to tell people the truth because he wants to keep playing the victim. I stayed quiet for too long. It's time to bring the whole story to light. I just want you all to know that I am in the biggest fight of my life to bring my twins home. And I want to share my journey with you all. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Please keep me in your prayers. I appreciate everything or everyone's love and support. Thank you. And this is from the mother. That long tail thing is from the mother. So all I got to say is she closed her GoFundMe out. So he still got his open because he's still trying to fight her to get the boys back. She said, wow, what a story. She should write a book. She probably should. MB said she was quiet for a long time. Yep. Lee's Love said, I never had those issues. Both of mine are grown. My youngest is in her second year of college, and my amazing husband has passed. Thank God we didn't have that drama. Oh, wow. Sorry to hear about your husband, babe. She said, has she reached out to you? Oh, no. She hasn't reached out to me. I would love to have interview her. I don't know how to get in contact with her, but I would love to have her come on the show and tell us what's really going on, because I don't even know if she's allowed, because I know that he's not supposed to be speaking on her. So I don't know if she is, able to tell her story without getting, held in contempt. Because some people don't think being held in contempt is a thing. You know what I mean? But that man was held in contempt and have to pay $50,000. She was awarded. And I don't know if he paid it yet, because if he don't, they're going to garnish his wages. He's not going to get away from it. But $50,000, that's probably another reason why he's out here asking for financial assistance, because he needs $50,000 right about now. But I have some of his supporters coming over to my page saying stuff like, woman, why are you yelling? Why are you screaming? You don't have to scream to talk, stuff like that. And I've also heard, oh, you're just hating on this man. He's a good father. Whatever. He can't be a good father if he was trying to keep their mother from them. You can't. You cannot tell me that you are a good father when you was not trying to allow their mother. And she just wanted to visit at the time. Well, actually, she said she wanted her boys, but he wouldn't let her take the boys. So, yeah, I would love to get an interview with her. I don't even know how to get in contact with her. She has a very common name, and that is April Johnson. But, I don't know. Maybe one day. So, yeah, this is crazy. So we'll continue to follow it. Every time he put up one of these, butthurt videos of him pretending to cry and stuff like that. And, I'll break it down to see what he's talking about. He asked all the big time bloggers to pick up his story. But I'm sure they probably did what I did, looked in his background and was like, oh, dude, something ain't right. Something is not right. She said some people refuse to see the truth. They're so sad. Yep, that's true. No matter what, you can give them evidence on top of evidence on top of evidence, and they will still not see the truth. Isn't that crazy? Still not see the truth. So anyway, that's it on that story, baby, y'all. That is it on that. That's it for today anyway. Tomorrow we will start another court case, and I'm not going to tell y'all what it is just yet, but I've already started uploading the videos. Thank you, Rita. I think I thanked everybody except for, thank you, Candy. Thank you, Michelle. And thank you, Candy, again. She said, I ain't seen a damn tear yet. Yeah, Listen, I did not see a tear drop from that man's face, but he's sniffing and snorting and shit. You know what I mean? Okay, she's not on social media more. Okay, so she probably, and you know what? They said she did start a channel, but she got off because people came for her really, really hard. They were being very mean to her. And apparently she couldn't take it and she got off of social media. She's like, and I can't take this heat. So she raises her kids without social media. He is the actor of the year. I haven't seen that man cry yet, for real, for real. But he is going around like just asking any and everybody for help, you know. But I think this last time when he said that the boys complained about being hungry and the social worker lady said that she was going to take it to somewhere and it just fell on deaf ears and nothing happened. And that's what he's mad about too. So I don't know. Talking about, they just said, let me look at you, Dad. Stand back for a second. Let me look at you so I can remember what you look like all week. Oh my God. If that boy can lie. Thank you, Cheryl, for the 3 coffees. She said, love you, Queen. Love you back, baby. She said, I love the court cases. Yeah, we got another one coming tomorrow. It was actually just, well, the judge already sentenced him, I think yesterday or the day before yesterday. So we're just a few days late on the case, I guess, because they had already had the case. But yes, I will be bringing you that case tomorrow. I just got to download the video that I'm going to use for commentary. So anyway, y'all hit that thumbs up button on the way out. She said, that's awesome. He tell everyone the kids are hungry. That's all he tell everyone, the kids. Exactly. The kids are hungry. He didn't say the kids are being beat. The kids are, being essayed. He said, oh, the kids complain of being hungry. The kids complain of being hungry. The kids complain of being hungry. I don't think those kids are starving. I think very active kids may stay hungrier a lot longer. But come on, y'all. Do these boys look like they starving to y'all? Let me put it back up for a second. And they act like the judges and whatnot can't see that. Let me zoom in on this picture right quick. Let me zoom in on this picture so y'all can see how healthy these boys look. They don't look a bit hungry to me. All right, look at here. She said kids stay hungry, dirty, especially at night. Look at these kids. Do they look hungry to you? Let me move this out of the way. Do these children look hungry? If anything, they look well fed. And look at him. Look at the youngest one. Do these kids look hungry to you? Do these kids look hungry? Hell, she don't even look hungry. None of the kids look hungry. None of these kids look hungry. Nor dirty. Do they look dirty to you? They don't look hungry nor do they look dirty. Those kids look happy. Do those kids look like they like, Dad, I miss seeing your face. Step back and let me see you so I can remember what you look like all week. Those kids look healthy and happy. And she looked like she loved her kids. So anyway, I'm not buying that bullshit. I'm not buying that bullshit. You know, I guess twins make a lot of money on social media. You know what I mean? I guess so. She said, so how are the boys starving and she's getting food stamps? He need to stop singing that song about the kids not being fed. She had full custody, so the kids should look like the Walking Dead sick man. Exactly. I'm like, okay, so he been hollering they haven't been eating. Why they ain't dropped? I mean, I shouldn't say that, but why nothing has happened to them? Them kids do not look hungry at all. Hey, Super Leo lady. Not at all. They do look healthy. Those kids look healthy, and so does she. You know? But they said, she got off social media. She said, get somebody else to do it. And then the youngest one, he looked like he eat real good. He looked like he just ate before he got on that, took that picture. She said, Amore at Marissa Roberts was making fun of how small kids stay dirty, thirsty. What? I don't even know what y'all talking about. She said, Tinkers get on my nerves. What did Tinkers say? Oh, I see what she said. Yeah, she bad. She bad. She bad. Tinker's bad. She said, I was wondering where he got that from. Somebody probably told him to get the kids to need to act like they hungry, healthy as a horse. I think the kids complaining of neglect and stuff like that. Yes, she could lose her kids if they are complaining of neglect. And neglect, not being fed is a part of neglect. And also, don't forget this one. They wear the same clothes to school 3 or 4 times a week is what he wants us to believe, that them kids wear the same clothes to school. You know, she don't feed them. She don't change their clothes. You know, they ain't in the private school no more. He just butthurt. That joker is just mad. He mad because he don't have control over everything. Hey, Angela. That man mad because he doesn't have control. He lost control, and that's why he's pissed. He'll be all right. He'll be all damn right. You know what I mean? He will be all right. So anyway, play with it. So anyway, hit that smash button. I'm going to end here. I'm going to take a break, and I will be back in about maybe 20 minutes and do my late night live, or maybe 20 to 30 minutes. So hit that like button for me. I appreciate y'all for life. Thanks for showing up for your girl. Thanks for the support. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I will be back tomorrow at 7 for another show, but I'm coming back tonight for my late night. My late night is just, whatever comes up, comes out, okay? All right, I love y'all. Hit that thumbs up button. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.